Hey, it's Ryan Seacrest. Life comes at you fast, which is why it's important to find some time to relax. A little you time. Enter Chumba Casino. With no download required, you can jump on anytime, anywhere for the chance to redeem some serious prizes. So treat yourself with Chumba Casino and play over 100 online casino-style games, all for free. Go to ChumbaCasino.com to collect your free welcome bonus. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
231. That's the average number of apps used by many companies. This leads to a lot of context switching that can distract employees and costs your company. Luckily, Grammarly can help. Grammarly's AI works in over 500,000 apps and websites, making it easy for your team to crank out clear, on-brand emails, documents, messages, and more. In just one click, they can go from blank page to first draft, all without leaving the page they're on. Grammarly has 15 years of experience building effective, secure AI that can be implemented in days with minimal IT overhead. It goes beyond basic grammar to help tailor writing to specific audiences, whether that means adding an executive summary, fine-tuning tone, or cutting out jargon. Join 70,000 teams who save an average of $5,000 per employee per year using Grammarly. Go to Grammarly.com/enterprise to learn more. Grammarly. Enterprise-ready AI.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
You're listening to 2024 in Review, a look back at some of the most compelling conversations and stories of the year, from True Crime Today and the Hidden Killers podcast. Every day is just one heartbeat away from a headline. This is Hidden Killers with Tony Brueski, featuring retired FBI Special Agent Jennifer Coffindaffer.
The case of the murder of Sandra Birchmore. This is one every single time I look at it, and I've been looking at it a lot this last week, I just get more and more angry because this is such a situation where this young girl was failed so many times by people that should have been there to help her through a very rough time. After losing her parents, she's joining the Police Explorer program, and what happens there? Not good guidance, not anything to help her heal or to help her kind of move her mind in a positive way. No, she's preyed upon, allegedly, by police officer Matthew Farwell, and allegedly a couple others as well. Joining me to discuss, Jennifer Coffindaffer, retired FBI Special Agent. It's about a week into this case now that we know publicly. What's been your reactions to how this has been developing?
Well, you know, Tony, this case really, it's been one I've been following for months now.
Mm-hmm.
It never made any sense. Mm-mm. And I'll tell you what didn't make sense was when they publicly released the video of him going into her apartment right before she was last seen ever, and then leaves, and he's all masked up. He looks like a perpetrator. Yeah. And kind of sneaking in and then sneaking out. I think it was like 25, 30 minutes he was there. That never sat well. And then, of course, all the allegations started coming out about his relationship with her, blah, 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 blah. I thought, how in the world could this possibly be a suicide? It didn't make any sense, especially when we learned that she was hanging from a ligature from a doorknob. Not a usual way that a young girl who's pregnant is going to kill herself. And then now, of course, the full reveal on, all this information that law enforcement had clear back then. Mm-hmm. All these text messages, the broken necklace, the bruising on her body, the autopsy details regarding her hyoid bone, the relationship they had, Tony, just awful.
How did this happen in terms of this not being investigated as a homicide? I mean, walk me through what you think went on behind the scenes once she's dead, once Farwell goes in there and allegedly murders her. How does this not get an investigation? How does the medical examiner say, yep, suicide? How does nobody look into this further? I mean, who has that kind of allegiance to Matthew Farwell that they're going to be like, yeah, clearly this was a murder, but hey, buddy, we got you. I got your back.
Well, I think the biggest problem is that Emmy report, the Emmy saying that it was a suicide. That is just a recipe for disaster when you're an investigator. We saw it, and I know we'll probably get into it more in the Karen Reed case, where that Emmy basically doesn't make any conclusion.
Yeah.
That's also an issue. Anytime you don't have a conclusion by the Emmy that isn't a homicide, and you're an investigator and you have all of these clues that show you it's a homicide, but you've got a medical examiner that says it isn't, how in the world do you think that wouldn't produce reasonable doubt in a trial? So you can't take it from there.
No. So what did Matthew Farwell, in a real sick way, really just luck out and had a real incompetent medical examiner who just is like, oh, it's suicide? Or do you think there was some sort of collusion here, or some sort of influence, like, let's make this a suicide?
Well, that's the $1 million question, and believe me, the Bureau is going to get to the bottom of it, and they have a really good, I think, some carrots to dangle in front of Farwell. I mean, first of all, if anybody else colluded with him on this cover up, and I didn't like seeing those police reports when they were calling him Matt. Never seen a police report in the ever working, local crimes, working with the gang unit. All the police reports I've read, which are tens of thousands, I have never seen somebody write, oh, and Matt didn't do it, basically.
Yeah.
So I couldn't believe that, Tony. So that in and of itself gave me a lot of pause, just in terms of the familiarity. But then you see Fanning, the one who wrote it, and one that does have a loose connection to the case with Karen Reed. You see that he was invited to be on the arrest team. You see him leaving the courthouse. You see him part of the investigation. And the Bureau and the U.S. Attorney's Office not only included the state police, Massachusetts State Police, and the Stoughton Police Department, but thanked them, very strongly for all their cooperation and help. So I found all of that sort of juxtaposed to the idea that this was a gigantic cover-up. Again, are we talking about complete incompetence?
It can masquerade as conspiracy quite often. It's just, we're seeing a real pattern over here in this area of the country, in these two departments that are right next to each other, sharing some people and such. It just seems far too ridiculous to say that everybody is that incompetent. And with him being on the arrest team and being the one who initially wrote the report, is this trying? I mean, we can look at it another way too. Is this trying to kind of, dust away some stuff early on, so it doesn't look like there was some sort of a cover up? Like, look, he's here. He's part of the arrest team now. If he was part of this, he wouldn't be on the arrest team. Let's just get him over here so he looks a lot more noble than criminal.
Well, I could tell you this, the FBI, who would have been in charge of putting together the ops plan and the orders and getting everything together, they do not pick the personnel from the other departments. They tell the other departments, listen, we'd like to have 2 agents, or 2 officers, 2 detectives, 2 this, 2 that. And then those are offered up by those department heads, typically. So to your point, I'm just saying, because it wouldn't have been federally selected. Is that a possibility? It's a possibility. What really bothers me about this whole thing is the detectives from the state police, because remember, the Canton Police Department, this happened in Canton. That's where her apartment was. So, of course, they were the ones on the wellness check. But immediately, typically, when you have a situation like this, it's turned over, in Massachusetts anyway, to the state police for investigation. But I will say this, it was just assumed to be a suicide. This is back to this incompetence.
Mm-hmm.
She had wash in the washing machine. You know, she was drying clothes. All they had to do was look at her phone for 5 minutes to see all the appointments she was making, to see the gender reveal for her child she was scheduling, to see all these communications with Farwell, that he was the last one she communicated with. Hey, I'm coming over. Okay, I'll leave the door unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
It's really stunning.
Yeah, I mean, it blows your mind.
All right, true crime addicts, let's cut the crap. You're knee-deep in the gory details of your favorite podcast when suddenly a commercial hits like a bad meal. Seriously? You deserve better. Upgrade to True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts, where you can binge without those annoying ads. Plus, get extended interviews that go deeper into the darkness and early access to episodes so you can be the first to know. It's like trading up from fast food to fine dining, but with more blood. So, go ahead. Search for True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe and feast on the good stuff.
Every day when you log into ChumbaCasino.com, the ultimate online social casino, you get a free daily bonus. Imagine if you got daily bonuses in other parts of your life.
I chose French fries over loaded French fries.
I asked Stuart from accounting about his weekend, even though I don't care.
I updated my operating system without having to call tech support.
Collect your free daily bonus at ChumbaCasino.com now. And live the Chumba life. VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.
It can get lonely climbing Mount McKinley, so to entertain myself, I go to ChumbaCasino.com. At Chumba Casino, I can play hundreds of online casino-style games for free, like online slots, bingo, Slingo, and more. Plus, I get a daily login bonus. It's just too bad that up here, I don't have anyone to share my excitement with. Woohoo! Woohoo!
Live the Chumba life. Anytime, anywhere. Play for free now at ChumbaCasino.com. VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Every day when you log into ChumbaCasino.com, the ultimate online social casino, you get a free daily bonus. Imagine if you got daily bonuses in other parts of your life.
I chose French fries over loaded French fries.
I asked Stuart from accounting about his weekend, even though I don't care.
I updated my operating system without having to call tech support.
Collect your free daily bonus at ChumbaCasino.com now. And live the Chumba life. VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+. Every day when you log into ChumbaCasino.com, the ultimate online social casino, you get a free daily bonus. Imagine if you got daily bonuses in other parts of your life.
I chose French fries over loaded French fries.
I asked Stuart from accounting about his weekend, even though I don't care.
I updated my operating system without having to call tech support.
Collect your free daily bonus at ChumbaCasino.com now. And live the Chumba life. VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. It is Ryan Seacrest here. Everybody needs some variety in life. That's what I love about Chumba Casino. They know how to keep things fresh and exciting. All their games are free to play. Like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire. You can claim free daily login bonuses too. And they release new games every week. So spice things up with ChumbaCasino.com now for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.